Hi, and welcome to Knitted Paradise, where the needles are clicking and the yarn is squishy. My name's Lucia, this is Pantalaimon, and thanks for joining us. Hey, Betty. So my name's Lucia, and I currently live in Evanston, Illinois, which is just north of Chicago area. And I'm from Hawaii, which is why I chose the Paradise Island theme. And I decided to do a podcast because that'd be fun. See how it is. We'll see how long this lasts. But yeah. So we are going to start with On the Island, which is works in progress. Currently, what I'm working on the most is a pair of socks for a friend of mine. I actually sell custom knit socks. And so someone ordered these. And they're for an 8 or 10-year-old girl. Met her once, I don't really remember. But they are pink, as you can see. And I just turned the heel on both of them. And I knit these out of Cascade Heritage, whatever their generic sock yarn is. Anyway. And the funny thing about this cake is I wound it on my ball winder, and the middle popped out. The bottom's flat, but the top popped out. So I'm calling this my yarn cupcake. Anyway, this is a pattern that I made up. I just did I do a Turkish cast on the toe, and I just did, increases every other row. And then I found this lace pattern in a stitch dictionary that I have. And so I'm just going with it. It works. I was looking for a pattern and I couldn't find one that I wanted for a little girl, and so I looked through my stitch dictionary in the lacy section and found this. So that's what that is. I'm working on that for about a week. And let's see what else. We have on the needles is a mystery shawl. It is the Gateway to Fall mystery knit along, shawl knit along. And the pattern is from Wild Prairie Knits. Don't know who the designer is, but she's done a lot of shawls on Ravelry. Anyway, this is just the setup clue, so I'm not giving anything away. If you are in this knit along, don't look. So this is an interesting thing because it calls for 2 different colors, a main color and a contrasting color, and I was looking around and I found these 2 colors in my stash. I thought, I didn't really know what I was planning for them, so I decided to do these. These are Knit Picks Stroll in the Springtime colorway and the Pearlescence colorway. So I thought, these will make a really pretty shawl. And then I was knitting them up, and I got through clue 1. Yeah, clues like the setup clue in clue 1. And I was knitting it up, and I really liked what it looks like. And I was originally intending this for some socks, some Rivendell socks. So it kind of looks like marble. So I decided, you know what? I'm not going to use it for this. I didn't really like how it was knitting up. Plus I had the wrong needle size, which I'll get to later. So I ordered some other yarn for it that I'm going to rip this out and switch to these yarn. And these are my colors. And this is from Leading Men Fiber Arts, which is Steve from Dramatic Knits, who's my fellow Illinois podcaster. And this is in the Showstopper base, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And this is the London Fog colorway, which is a nice tonal gray. And this is the Royalty colorway, which is apparently a new colorway. But I've been really wanting to try out his yarn after I saw it on his podcast. So I said, hey, I'll use it for this shawl. So it's squishy. Very nice. So I need to wind that up and get started. That's living in my sheepy bag, as I'm calling it, that I got from a local yarn store around here. That the inside is polka dots. So I thought it matched these, which is why I originally picked it. But now I'm switching yarn, so it doesn't really matter. Yarnies don't want to go in. Hi, Pam. You making an appearance? Come here. So this is my cat, Pantalaimon, also known as Pan. He's named after a character in... Let me go. There you go. Oh, don't walk up. He's named after a character in a trilogy of books by Philip Pullman called His Dark Materials. And so, yeah, if you've ever read that, you'll know where that name came from. It's not just a random name. Also, I'm currently knitting on / slightly finished with a pair of commissioned flip top convertible mittens. So I've knit the 2 mitts. And then I just have to add the convertible flip top part. They actually fit me, kind of. But I'll just pick up stitches here and add a top. Those are for a little boy, a friend of mine. And then I'm going to knit his sister some out of this. And I guess this. This is for the cuffs and the top, as you can see in these. And these are all Lorna's Laces Sport Mate, or Sport Weight yarn. This is the Mason colorway, and this is the Silver colorway, and this is the Tomfoolery colorway. And those are all in size 3. So those are kind of works in progress / they look finished, but they're not because I need to add the top. And that's it for On the Island. Next we have things that have set sail, or finished objects. The things that have recently set sail are a couple pairs of commission knit socks. And so here's one pair. These are the Charade socks. And this is out of the Loopy. Oh, the colors are doing all sorts of fun things. Anyway, there are shades of brown with some warmer and cooler browns in there, mostly warm browns. There are the Loopy Legends. Yeah, Loopy Legends. And I forget the colorway. Anyway, and these are a pair of socks, obviously. And these are out of Cascade Heritage Solid in the royal blue colorway, I think. And it's just this is the express lane pattern. I'll pull it off so you can actually see the little lace up the front of the sock. It's really simple. I just washed them this morning. So they're still a little bit damp at the toe, but that's those. And these are for the mother of the daughter who's getting the pink socks. So a couple orders in that family. And that's it for recently finished or set sail. Next is On the Horizon, and these are things that are up next on my needles. My husband and I are taking a trip this weekend, and I decided that since this is kind of our first trip since we got married earlier this year, I wanted to take only selfish knitting, just because I've been doing a lot of custom knits lately and not a whole lot of knitting for myself, and so I want to be a little selfish. I can do that, right? And so I decided I'm going to take a pair of socks, because those are always quick and easy to carry around. And these are the Treebeard socks. And Treebeard is a character from The Lord of the Rings. And I'm not sure who these are by. Let me take them out of the thing and see if I can find out. They're a free pattern on Ravelry. Doesn't say who it's by. By Clair Ellen. So, there's some Treebeard socks. Or if I take it out of the plastic, you can see it a little better. Maybe. Oh, there you go. Right there. There's like a little, it's a leaf motif. That rhymes. And I'm going to be knitting those out of Highland Handmades. This gorgeous, gorgeous colorway. Squishy. Squishy. It's like tonal greens, and it's one of her, I'm forgetting the base, but it's one of her new bases. It's a BFL nylon base, I believe. And it was originally dyed yellow and then over-dyed in dark green. So that's what's going to be the Treebeard socks, because it's green and appropriate for greeniness. And the other thing I'm taking is a shawl for me that I've been wanting to knit for a really long time. Well, not a really long time. We recently, last month, had a yarn crawl in the Chicagoland area. And so I visited, I think, like 7 stores in Chicago, local yarn stores. And so that was really fun. And the last time I did the yarn crawl was 2 years ago. And I bought my first skein of sock yarn and actually knit socks out of it. And so I thought, I had never tried lace weight. And so this year I said, you know what, I'm going to buy my first skein of lace weight and knit a shawl out of it, or knit something out of it. And I saw this sample in the store for this pattern. It's called the Audrey Triple Wrap Shawl by Rebecca Hatcher. And there you can see it. It's this gorgeous shawl. And so I asked them if they had the pattern. They're like, yeah, I have the pattern. So I bought the pattern for $4.50. You can see up in the corner there. And then I bought some yarn for it. And this is Madeline Tosh Prairie, which is their lace weight, I guess. And I'm not sure what colorway this is because it's handwritten on here and I can't really read it. But it's this gorgeous light teal, I want to call it. It's almost like a sea foam. If I get it closer. It's a lot greener than it's looking on the screen, but there you can see the colorway name. I don't know if it's wash or I don't know what. I tried to figure it out and I haven't yet. It's gorgeous. This is totally my color. I saw that and I was like, I want something in that colorway. I don't care what it is or what I have to do, but my husband was with me and he said, yes, you need to knit that. So that's what I'm taking with me, those 2 projects. And the rest are staying behind. I think that's it for On the Horizon. The next section is From the Mainland, which is the enabling / acquisition / show and tells segment. I don't have a lot for that besides the new the Leading Man Fiber Arts yarn that I just got. These were my newest acquisition that I'm really excited about. I've seen some other podcasters knit them up and they love everything. So I'm really excited. I might take that with me, but I need to wind it, which I don't know if it's going to happen. Also newly acquired was these 3 that I got. The Lorna's laces. And I ordered those because I posted a picture of some other fingerless convertible mitts that I had knit for someone else on Facebook, and one of my other friends contacted me and said, can you make those for my kids? one of them's birthday is coming up November 1st, so I had to order it right away and start knitting, which is why I've been trying to whip those out very quickly. Also newly acquired, actually about an hour ago, was some new tips for my Knitter's Pride interchangeable set. I bought it, I don't know how long ago, maybe a year and a half ago or so, and I love them. They are fantastic. I had a set of knit picks interchangeable, and I didn't like those as much, so I sold them to someone and bought the Knitter's Pride, which I know are very similar, but I like the fact that the Knitter's Pride has the size of the needle printed on it, which is really, really helpful. So I got a new set of size 5 and size 6 tips from my local yarn store. I was in there buying some things for a swap that I'm participating in, and that was right after I discovered that I was missing my size 5 tips. So I said, oh, they were talking about they were about to order some, so I said, oh, can you order some for me? So I just went to pick them up today. They gave me a call and said they're in. So that's why the mystery shawl hasn't gotten a lot of love, because I needed the size 5s, which I thought were missing at the time. And so I was like, well, it's a shawl, gauge isn't that important. I'll go with my size 6s. And then I didn't like how I was knitting up. It was a little too loose. So I was like, you know what? I need to get some size 5s. So, and then I discovered, as I was trying to switch out the yarn or something, discovered that one of the needle tips I was using was size 5, and one of them was a size 6. So somewhere I'm missing one size 6 needle tip and one size 5 needle tip, which is really odd because I don't use those sizes very often. So those I just picked up. Next up we have conch shell blows. And this is a section where I will have all the announcements. Right now I don't have any, except this is my first podcast. That's fun. And yeah, conch shell is something that was used in Hawaiian culture to announce things, or announce the arrival of the royalty, or announce some significant event. So that's why I chose that. Next, after that, we have From My Hale. In Hawaiian, hale means hut or house. So this is where I will tell you fun things about me. Now you already know that my name is Lucia, and I'm originally from Hawaii. I was born and raised there. And about 3 years ago, I moved to Illinois in the Chicago area. And yeah, I met my husband. Actually, it's funny. I met my husband the day after I arrived, but I didn't really know him, and I didn't really start dating until about 2 years later. And we got married in January of this year, and yeah, so now we live in a little apartment with our cat, Pantalaimon, as I introduced earlier, and our 2 birds, Hedwig and Hermione, or affectionately known as White Birdie and Yellow Birdie. So if you hear some bird squawks in the background, that's where they are. I tried to cover them and make them quiet, but I can't shut them up completely. So I think that's really it. Oh, I want to talk about what I'm wearing. This is a shawl that I knit. It's the Mrs. Tumnus shawl. I have the pattern here so that you know who it's by. Anyway, this is the pattern. Or that's what it looks like when you lay it out. It's an odd-shaped shawl. It's by Mimi Hill. And I call this my most accomplished, or my greatest accomplishment in the knitting world so far. Because you have to use, it's a bottom-up shawl, so you cast on like 400 and something stitches. It's crazy. And then you work from there up. And it's not complicated lace, but I really had to concentrate on it, so I called it my bedtime knitting. I'd knit like 1 row a night, and my husband would try to talk to me and be like, hold on, honey, I gotta like knit a row. So that's this shawl, and it's bright sunshine yellow. It's out of Highland Handmades in the, I don't remember what brace, I'll have to look it up. And I'll make my own sunshine colorway. It's something that she dyed right at the end of winter when we all really wanted winter to be done. So I bought that because I was like, ooh, that sounds really perfect for what I'm feeling right now. I want some sunshine because it's cold. So I knit that during spring and summer, and now it's finally fall, I can wear it again. That's it for this week. Aloha, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in paradise.